All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm your host with the most, KirPodcast. Well, I hit this thing, so I thought a topic that was very good that we should talk about. It's going to be coming from MSN.com. Basically, what we're talking about is Phil Spencer says Microsoft bought Bethesda to prevent Starfield from being a PlayStation exclusive. So let's go ahead and look at this real quick. I'm going to read it off to you so you can get an idea of what he's saying. During the hearing for the FTC's current case against Microsoft, Xbox boss Phil Spencer explained that part of the reason the company bought ZeniMax Media, the holding company that owns Bethesda Softworks, was that the fear that Starfield might not come to Xbox. Bethesda had made a timely exclusive deal with Sony for the two of the other games, which keep them off Xbox until the next release. Hold on, let me pause this down here so I have no problems with other stuff. When we acquired ZeniMax, one of the implements for that is that Sony had done a deal for Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo to pay Bethesda not to ship those games on Xbox, Spencer said via The Verge. So the discussion about Starfield, when we heard about the Starfield was potentially also going to end up skipping Xbox, we can't be in the position as a third place console where we fall further behind on other content ownership. So we've had to secure content and remain viable in the business. Now, basically what he's trying to tell y'all is pretty much they had to go ahead and buy it so they wouldn't get skipped out on Starfield. Now, I know a lot of people say PlayStation is the bomb.com, but the real situation is for Xbox, baby, keep in the business, keep the game going. They had to let you know that, hey, we had to buy mine. You know what I'm saying? We can't let Sony have all the exclusives. Now, Sony be trying to jump on Xbox, say they gonna make Call of Duty exclusive, but the real situation is this goes to show Sony been doing it the whole mother sucking time. Now, shout out to Sony for keeping their roots strong. Shout out for Sony for sitting up there trying to push Xbox out the game. Also, shout out for Microsoft for them realizing that, hey, dog, we can't be out like that. We got to get some exclusives. We got to get some games just for us. Now, I'm not saying Starfield be exclusive to Xbox. What I'm saying is it is very interesting that this comes about. So, Spencer also explained to the court that releasing games on both consoles handed money to Sony that it then used against its competitor. Every time we ship a game on PlayStation, Sony captures 30% of that revenue we do on their platform. And then they use that money among other revenue that they have to do things to reduce Xbox survival on the market. He said, we try to compete, but as I said, over the last 20 years, we failed to do that effectively. One of the question of whether that meant that Elder Scrolls 6 would be exclusive to Xbox and PC, Spencer remained vague. I would too. Would you really try to let them know what you're trying to do? Hey, basically what you're saying is I've been on for a while, so it's about time for me to own somebody else. But the rather situation is, can you really be mad at him? I mean, comment section though. Are you really mad at him for trying to sit there and keep his platform going? I'm not. Do what you got to do, pimp. I think we've been a little unclear on what platforms it's launching on. Given how far out the game is, Spencer said, it's difficult for us right now to nail it down. Of course he gonna shoot you one. He letting you know that, hey, I ain't finna let you know what I'm trying to do. We still trying to get other stuff pushing through. That's business talk, baby. The first Bethesda game to skip PlayStation since the acquisition was Redfall. Now, y'all know how Redfall went. Now, we have played it on the stream, not knocking Redfall, just somebody saying, shout at them for trying, but Redfall needs to go back. Needs to get a little work, a little tweaking done. Released in May, which hasn't been a stinging blow in the world against Sony. With Spencer personally apologizing for his disappointing launch, yes it was, the US isn't the only country holding up Microsoft's proposed $68.7 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Trade commissions in several countries have either attempted to block the deal or remain undecided on it. Now, again, can you really be mad at Microsoft for trying to sit up there and compete? I know some of y'all Sony ponies want to sit up there and say that, you know, Sony all day, but you just don't want Sony to be the only people with these games, man. I mean, straight up and down, if it's not for Microsoft, we would be in trouble. You always want competition. One person only being on top is always bad for everybody. So you gotta want Xbox and Microsoft to come up. You gotta will this through. We gotta hope that they come up and they can compete much harder. Nintendo, I know you're going to throw that out there, but Nintendo in the world of their own. Nintendo don't care. They ain't trying to compete with nobody. Nintendo saying, I'm competing with myself. I don't want no part of that because I'm going to do me. And shout out Nintendo for doing them. But I just wanted to let you know real quick what I was seeing on it is that, man, Microsoft putting it out there, bro. We had to get it because if we didn't get it, somebody else was going to get it. So they telling you, pimp, right up and down, Microsoft bought it just to prevent Starfield from being a PlayStation exclusive. I love him being real. I love him letting you know how it is. And, well, that's the game. Without further ado, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you. We're back on the grind. We're back on with these videos. Tomorrow, we're going to drop another one. I know I missed the whole Nintendo Direct stuff, but, you know, if you follow me on Twitter or whatever, you know what I've been doing. I've been talking about that, you know, your boy. But we're trying to keep you up to date. I just thought it was a very good article. It's something that we should discuss. I appreciate you. I'll catch you next time. See you tomorrow. Peace.